Hello, everyone. It's Mrs. Lohoff, and we're here at Module 2.9, Multi-Digit Division Strategies. And yep, there's a mastery check for this one. So remember, in Modules 1 and 2, I am trying a new technique where I only allow one try on a quiz or a mastery check. If you are unhappy with your score, you can do corrections and submit corrections to me. I have a document that I've shared out and will continue to share out for how to do corrections to get the grade that you want for class. So let's get started with some practice here and getting prepared for this mastery check. Let me make sure I thought there was one hiding under there. I'm going to move me up here to the top. This is a hard quiz. You do know how to do it. If you've been following the area model, you're going to know how to do this. Okay, it's kind of like a puzzle. Think of it as a puzzle that you need to put the pieces together. And I'm going to get this pen out and we're going to get started. So right here it says, how is the quotient of 728 and 13 determined using an area model? The word quotient means division problem. So you can see right here, we have 728 divided by 13 listed for all three lines there. And they're wanting to know how we can use an area model to figure this out. Well, let's draw an area model. All right, I'm going to make an area model here. And we know that because I have two sets of parentheses, coming over here, I have a parenthesis here and another parenthesis here. That tells me I'm going to need two boxes for this area model. All right, so let's start filling in some numbers of what we know. We know that we have 13, so 13 is going to go here. We're going to need a number here that's going to be in the tens, and we're going to need a number here that's in the ones. And we know that the inside of this has to add up to 728. So we need to figure out 728. If we were to take 13 and multiply it by a group of 10, what group of 10 will get us closest to 728 without going over? Would it be 10? Would it be 20? Would it be 30? Would it be 40? Those are groups of 10. So I'm going to start with, I know 10 is only going to be 130, and that's really far away. So I'm going to start with 4. Let's see what 4 gives us. 13 times 4 is, whoops, I meant 40. let me erase that. Sorry. I meant 40. It's a group of 10, right, Mrs. Lohoff? Not a single digit. Times 40. There we go. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. That'd be 520. Ooh, that's very close. Wonder what 13 times 50 would get me. Ooh, 650. Oh, I'm sure 60 is going to be too much. It's got to be too much. 6 times 3 is 18. Write the 8, carry the 1. 6 plus times 1 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. Yeah, 780 is too much. So 50. 50 goes here, and we know that 50 times 13 is 650. So 650 is going to go right here. And I can now put 650 in this box because we figured that out. That's 650. And 650 divided by 13 is 50. So we have that part done. Now we need to figure out the ones. So I'm going to erase what I have here so that we have the space. Let me get rid of that too, just to keep things as clean as possible. And I'm going to change color to, first of all, it needs to let me do the marker. Let's make it red. So 13, we are now in the single digits. So 13 times 1 is, oh, we forgot to say how much we have left. Yeah, we don't know what we're shooting for here. So we started with 728. And we had 650 here. So we need to subtract that. How could I forget? It has been a long day. The day that I'm making this video, long day, I can tell. All right, let's subtract. 8 minus 0 is 8. 2 minus 5, can't do it. Go next door, get some more. 7 becomes a 6. We're going to add that group of 10 here, so we have 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 6 minus 6 is 0. So we are now shooting for 78. 13 times a number needs to get us as close to 78 without going over. 13 times 1 is 13. 13 times 2 is just 26. We're still quite a ways away. Let's try 5. Well, 5 times 3 is 15. Write the 5, carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more, 65. Okay, super close, super close. 13 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Write the 8. Carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 more is 70. Oh my gosh, it's 6. It's 6. We figured it out. So 13 times 6 equals 78. And then if we subtract that 78 from what we had over here, we have now gotten to our total. So 650 plus 78 is going to give us 728. I could write that. I could check it too if I wanted to. So I can now fill this in. This parentheses is for this box. The first parentheses is for this parentheses is for this box. So in this box, we had 650 divided by 13, and then I put that down here as 50. Now, let me change the color. We're taking this box, get my red, there we go. We have 78, again divided by 13, and that value is 6. So the total value when we have 728 divided by 13 is 50 plus 6, which is 56. And that's how you do it with the area model. Remember that each group of parentheses is a group of ones, tens, and sometimes even hundreds. Let's look at the next page here. Here they've given us some of the information. How should this model be completed to represent 854 divided by 14? Well, they've given us the 14 on the side. They've told us that we're going to have a group of ones and a group of tens for the separation at the top. And we also know that 14 times a number gives us 840, but we don't know what that number is. We know it's going to be a multiple of 10 though, because this is our multiples of 1 and this is our multiples of 10. So, okay, we can start playing around. Remember, it's a puzzle. 14 times 10 is 140. 14 times 2, 14 times 20, did it again, is 280. Let me start with 14 times 50, because remember, we're dealing with multiples of 10 here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's see what that gives us. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 more. That would be 7, and put my 0 back. 700. 14 times 60. 14 times 60. 6 times 4 is 24. Write the 4, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. Put that 0 on for the... We got it. Woohoo! right here, 14 times 60. So this box is going to be 60. All right, now we need to find the total we started with is 854. We need to find how much left after subtracting 840. So 854, that's what we started with. Our model shows we have found a product of 14 times 60 to equal 840. We need to figure out how much is left. So let's subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 8 minus 8 is 0. 14? Well, that's 14. 14 times 1 is going to give me 14. And that's all I need. So a 1 goes here and a 14 goes here. Now the inside of my box adds up to the total we start with. We can see the one divisor here, the 14, and we figured out that the other divisor is 60 plus 1, or 61. So this equals 61. All right, I'm hoping this helps. Let's look at this. Now there's a box above this one, so we know that this is going to divide equally. Here we have a multiple of 10, so this is going to be a 1. Well, we need to figure out this. That's easy. So we've got the numbers right here. 27 times 30. Well, let's figure out what that is. 27 times 30 is the same as 27 times 3, and then add the 0 after. So 27 times 3, 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 2 more is 8. Put my 0 on it. So this box will be 810. Now we need to figure out how much is left to divide for this last part. We know that this total in the box has to equal 891. We know that this entire box has to equal 891. We know that. We have 810, so how much is remaining? Well, that's where we subtract. 891 minus 810. Trying to line up as carefully as I can. 1 minus 0 is 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. So we have 81 remaining. And we need to multiply 27 by 1, by 2, by 3, whatever we can to get to 81. I can actually put 81 in here because it should divide equally. We know it's not 1. We know it's not 2. Let's try 3. 27 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Write the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 more. Well, that was easy. Is 8. It's 3. That completes all of the boxes, which is all it's asking you to do. I'm going to take it one step further and answer the problem. 891 divided by 27 is 30 plus 3, or 33. All right. I do have one more, I think. Nope, I don't. Good luck on the quiz. Remember, if you're unhappy with your score, you can ask for corrections to take your quiz, and you want to come to the optional support time at 1 o'clock, go ahead and do that. Wait and take the quiz after you come to that session and ask me questions. All right, good luck. See you. Bye.